Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim McNiff, and this is Beyond the Bench Live. And don't look now, but Target USA Cup 2021, it's almost over. What? How did that happen? So before we move forward, can we take a minute and just slow down and take a look back at last night's opening ceremony remix? We can? Well, let's do that. Definitely worth the wait. Hats off to Target, DJ Livia, and of course, Jimmy Conrad. Great job, great fun, and we can't wait until next year when we get all of our international friends back with us once again. Well, the weather was fantastic last night, and that continues today. We have mostly sunny skies and an expected high temperature of 86 degrees. Tomorrow we expect more of the same with an expected high of 88 degrees for Championship Saturday. Well, one of the highlights of this Target USA Cup has been the participation of our partners at Minnesota United. The Minnesota United booth inside the Sport Expo Center has been a big hit with their FIFA game station. And of course, the players have been making appearances throughout the tournament, which has also been a big hit with USA Cup participants and their parents alike. Well, if there is one name that is synonymous with the sport of soccer in the state of Minnesota, it is Lagos. From Buzz Lagos, longtime coach at multiple levels, including 16 years as head coach of the Minnesota Thunder, to his sons, Manny and Gerard, who were both prep, international, and professional soccer players, the Lagos family has been involved with USA Cup and Minnesota soccer for almost 40 years. And we are now joined by Manny Lagos, sporting director for Minnesota United. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to be here. 40 years. It must have some gray hair now.
I remember you in high school.
Yeah, I know.
What has happened to us?
Yeah. Well, when I do these interviews, I always tell people, I played as a kid, U12, first USA Cup. So it's been around for my whole life.
Well, I have to ask, how's your dad?
He's doing great. He really is. I think with everything that's going on at Allianz Field, with us up here and the stadium being so close to where we grew up about a mile away, it's almost surreal for him to be able to see the growth of the soccer, to see the growth of the sport in the entire state, but then also just so close to home to be able to go to the stadium on the weekends, the games is kind of surreal.
I was telling we have this great staff of interns, right, this year, and I was talking to some of them, and I said, you have to understand, Buzz did everything. I mean, he did everything, right?
Yep.
He cleaned out locker rooms, he drove, he did whatever was needed to be done.
Yep. Yeah, he really was. I really look at him, and there's so many people like of his age group, by the way, but they're just such great pioneers of the sport, and they really have pushed and tried to make it relevant when it wasn't quite as relevant as the mainstream sports. Well, now it's becoming very, very relevant at all levels, the youth level and the pro level. And it's really because of these Minnesotans that believe so much in the sport, but deep down, I actually think they believed in our community. In a weird way, because soccer's so global, I think they were just like a little bit like the USA Cup. The USA Cup is this global sport that kind of exploded in a youth event in the 80s by Governor Purpich back in the day, and it's just grown. And now I think the relevancy at the pro level and the youth level is why the USA Cup's so big.
Let's talk about you. You've had a little bit of a change of roles, sporting director. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I get fancy titles, sporting director and chief soccer officer, which is kind of nice. I think the more gray hair, they give you more fancy titles.
It didn't happen for me, so enjoy it, okay?
Yeah, but it's really been fun. I mean, really the growth of whether it's our technical staff, our coaching staff. We have channels that deal with fitness and sports science and sports medicine and data analytics and our kit men. So we have all these areas. We have a reserve team we're planning in the future. We have our academy kids. We are just growing as a club because the sport is growing, and our club wants the identity of our club to be like a big global club. So it's just been so positive. And for me to be a part of a great staff and a great club and be able to kind of lead in this area, I'm just humbled. It really is fun. It's exciting. It's challenging. Part of it is at the pro level, you have to win. So we have to be hungry to build a winning product that wins championships. So it's been really rewarding as well. I
think the important thing that, the limited time that we have here that I would like to draw is that line between you being the kid that played here once, and the different things you did, professional, international play, Team USA. But now here you are again, in the top organization of an MLS team. So there's kids running around this field, boys and girls. There's no limit, is there?
There isn't. I mean, I think we're trying to do programs not only to produce high-level pro players from Minnesota for Minnesota United, but we want to try to produce high-level people that want to be part of our organization or want to support us. So to me, this is all connected, and we just talked about 40 years, decades. It's amazing that I'm up here on a pretty consistent basis. This is our home training center for the Minnesota United. So it tells me that a lot of kids in the future, the sport is growing. They'll be able to be involved in soccer, hopefully in so many different ways.
And this is how important USA Cup is to him. He jumped out of a meeting to come in here to be with us today. So
I did. I heard when you guys had the closing or the opening ceremonies to be moved 2 days. It reminded me of my son and the pins and the stuff they do now. Oh, the kids love it. I mean, it's such a great event for the whole state, but also for all these kids that can interact with all these other clubs from around the country and around the world.
And I can't remember if it was your kids or one of your siblings, but 2 years ago, you had people from your family playing in USA Cup. Have you got anybody this year?
Nobody this year. So my kids have now officially graduated away from USA Cup. They're that old. I'm that old. So they're in college now. But they continue the generation. They both won the USA Cup for their generation, which I did as well one year. So hopefully we'll keep that up in the future and be competitive as Lagos family here.
Oh, I tell you what, it just goes on and on. Manny Lago, Sporting Director, FC United. Wonderful to see you, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
You are the absolute best. All right. Well, let's take a quick look at the games that we'll be live streaming today. On Field 61 at 1 o'clock, it's one girls 16U bronze quarterfinal contest. Meanwhile, next door in Field 62, it will be another girls 16U bronze quarterfinal. Yes, we have reached the playoff rounds. Well, Target USA Cup goes above and beyond to provide events and experiences for all of our players, and tonight brings one of those annual highlights. Unfortunately, it's only for some of our players. You see, tonight in the Super Rink, it's the Grand Dance. Now, the Grand Dance is only for players between the ages of 15 and 19, and yes, it does require a wristband. The event features the best light show this side of the Northern Lights, as well as a giant TV screen. Please, no purses or bags. And if you have to babysit tonight, you better stay home because no younger siblings are allowed either. And finally, here's your daily reminder to follow us on social media. Here's how. On Twitter, it's at USA Cup Soccer. Facebook, at USA Cup. Instagram is at USA Cup Soccer. Snapchat, at NSC_sports. TikTok is at USA Cup Soccer. And our blog is nscsports.org. And with that, we close another edition of Beyond the Bench Live. If you're going to the Grand Dance tonight, here's a little inside information. Remember, tomorrow is Championship Saturday, so for goodness sakes, don't leave it all out on the dance floor. Just from me to you, okay? Good luck, everybody. We'll see you right back here tomorrow on Beyond the Bench Live.